Whoa! Guys, what's going on? And welcome into the stream. Happy Saturday to you. Coming at you a little bit later than normal on a Saturday, but I'm also in a different location. Currently in Mexico at an Airbnb. So hopefully the connection, the audio, everything's working okay. Obviously, let me know in the chat. Chat's open up to everybody today. Not just OGs and DGens, but anybody and everybody can chat. So let me know if you're seeing me okay, you're hearing me okay. Obviously, we're going to be placing bets for about an hour or so. I am in Mexico, so I don't have access to any of the DFS apps. I really only have access to about 6 sports books out here. Really interesting thus far in terms of me testing out different sports books down here. What's available, what's not available. So I'll have some interesting information to share with you guys here shortly. Irish, what's going on? Joey, how are you? Arturo, good to hear that, man. Good to hear that. Glad that you're able to make it as well, man. Always appreciate that you're able to tune in. And so we're going to go about this stream like I'm in Arizona, basically. I still have up here in the top right-hand corner, guys. I still have in the top right-hand corner up here, guys. You know, I'm in it. I have the state of Arizona selected, so not much is going to change in that regard. We'll kind of talk about if you're traveling to Mexico, your available options with sports books. You definitely have some options, not as many as I was hoping for. So let me refresh the page here for my PrizePicks people. Again, I'm not going to be able to share any slips here on the stream. Can't share any links. I can just kind of say this Chet Holmgren play for me. Okay, like it's not bad. Like I check it out. Like it seems to be okay. Maybe one that I would look at. Let's look at FanDuel to see. So Chet Holmgren under 10.5 rebounds. That's a maybe. Let's look at that. But appreciate you guys being able to tune in. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Saturday. Appreciate you spending some time with me. So Filipowski under on rebounds, under 8.5. That's a play for me. Sharp under on rebounds. That's a play for me. And then I would probably put the Chet Holmgren play in there. So if I was looking to put together a 3-pick slip, all unders on Filipowski, Sharp, and Holmgren on their rebounds. Luis, no, not in Rocky Point. Hermosillo. So the state capital of Sonora. So, but what's going on, Donovan Darius? How's it going? Yeah, Irish, yeah. My girlfriend had surgery. So I didn't have surgery. I was just chilling in a hospital yesterday. But my girlfriend had surgery, and she's recovering right now. So everything's going well. Appreciate the thoughts and concerns as always, man. Thank you. But yeah, she's just taking it easy right now. So I'm chilling this weekend here in Mexico, guys. And you know, if this stream works well today in terms of, you know, what we have going on in terms of the connection and everything, then we'll stream again tomorrow back to our normal time at 11 a.m. Eastern. On Monday, I don't know if we'll be able to get a stream in because I'm going to be traveling back to the United States. But all right, let's see what we got going on. So that would be the underdog slip or PrizePicks slip. Let's take a look at the underdog. See what we got here. We have a lot going on though in the sports world. Obviously, we have college basketball going on right now as we speak. Whoa. Kobe Sanders, DeYang. Okay. We obviously have some World Baseball Classic games going on. Japan put on a show yesterday. The Dominican put on a show. The U.S. got it done. Even Mexico down here, they kicked some butt. They beat Great Britain. So we got some games. We'll start to look at that. We also have a huge UFC card. Big UFC card going down tonight that we'll take a look at. So a lot to jump into. NBA, NHL, college basketball, UFC, and World Baseball Classic. This is one of those rare times of the year, guys, that it's really, really good. It's kind of like the end of October, early November when we have NFL and NBA all happening, right? This time of the year, we get a little baseball, a little hockey, a little basketball. It's really, really nice. Appreciate it, Irish. Appreciate it. Yeah, she's doing well. Sounds like it was a successful surgery. So we're just kind of chilling now. Probably not going to be doing too much more traveling around the capital of Hermosillo because not so much. I don't know if you guys. I didn't share yesterday, but I was able to go over to the Hermosillo Estadio de Fernando Venezuela. That's where the Hermosillo Naranjas play baseball. Mexican Pacifico Professional League. They play between like October to January. It's about a 40-game season. And so I got to go over there, which was really cool, and just see the ballpark and walk around. Really cool experience. All of these plays here, guys, I would play. Now, obviously, Dieng, you can only pick one. So definitely take the under rebounds and assists. Take Sanders, take Matherin. This would be my 3 pick over here on Underdog. No doubt. These have insane edges to FanDuel. We'll take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 picks. 2 picks. I forget 2 picks. So go with Sanders, Dieng, and then Pippen, Matherin, or Dieng, Matherin. A lot of different slip options. So let's kind of talk a little bit about Mexico. For those of you that haven't traveled here, and if you're looking to sports bet, I kind of found something interesting yesterday or 2 days ago. So number one, there's some awesome offshore sports books that aren't available in America, like Stake, Stake. I tried to sign up for Stake. I tried to sign up for Team Mexico and Caliente.mx. None of those sports books would accept American customers. So because my cell phone is in or registered in America, my SIM card shows they would not accept any American customers. So the sports books that do, let's move on. Let's go over to Better. The sports books that do, that I can use down here, I can use Bet Online, Bookmaker, BetDSI, Bet Anything, Bet 105. I can use also BetMania. Could probably also use XBet and MyBookie, but I don't really need them for Props Builder because I just use BetDSI and Bet Online. A lot of, my normal offshore books that I can use in America, you can use down here in Mexico. So any bets that I'm placing today, I'm focusing on Bookmaker, Bet Online, Bet 105. And so we'll probably look at that for college basketball. I've been really trying to hone in on college basketball as my main choice when it comes to my action. And then we'll take a look at Props Builder too. If Props Builder plays pop up, I'm going to be on those. So this better slip, guys, I can't even open the DFS apps because when I open the DFS apps on my phone, it doesn't even load the page because it already tells that I'm in a different location. So I don't even know what the discounted slip is. These plays are okay. They're not fantastic. We want to see plays like we saw for Underdog. Okay, Filipowski on rebounds. Again, they're the same 2 cast of characters, guys, but that's where the value is. If you want to take Brook Lopez under on points, take 2 of these 3 plays, slap one of the discounts on Better over there. You're going to be in good shape. I'll just kind of chill here for a few seconds and catch up on the comments. Ohtani hit 1 in each game. Yeah, Irish, I don't know. It's all going to just depend, Irish, if Pinnacle actually sets odds for home runs. So we'll take a look at that. Because if Pinnacle doesn't have any odds for the World Baseball Classic player home runs, then you're not going to see those plays. But I love where your head's at. Boz, I don't use market width. Market width to me is irrelevant. It's a good question that you're asking. If you are betting the same odds range all the time, then market width is always going to be the same. Like 3 years ago, I tried to do a deep dive into market width of 30 cents, 31 cents, 32 cents in terms of profitability. It didn't really matter. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, market width is the difference between odds here. So FanDuel has the over at plus 112, the under at minus 148. Well, to go from plus 112 to minus 148, that's a difference of 60, okay? Because you got to go from plus 112 to 100, that's 12. And then from 100 to 148 is 48. 48 plus 12 is 60. So the market width is 60. The wider the market width, the less confidence the sportsbooks have in their odds. So market width is very similar for player props. Player props always going to live somewhere between like a 30 to 60 cent range, where mainline markets will live between like 10 cents to like 25 cents. So the reason that I don't have it anymore, Boz, is because mainline markets, they always live in this area. Player props, they always live in this area. So it doesn't, to me, there's no value in really checking it. If you're betting the same odds range. Now, if you're betting plus 500s, guys, your market width's going to be like 600, right? So if you set your market width or your odds range, it's really one the same each way. It doesn't really matter. You're going to get the same odds range or the same market width if you keep your odds range within a plus minus 150. It's always going to be the same. Okay, let's keep it moving a little bit more because we got a lot to get to today. But appreciate you guys hanging out with me. The reason, obviously this weekend for me, guys, with my girlfriend having surgery, things are a little more up in the air. That's why I'm not streaming at the same time. But I wanted to be able to get in at least one, if not two streams. And so seems like things are working well right now. So we'll stream tomorrow. And we'll get back to the same time. But what we got? Dabble, Parlay Play, DraftKings Pick 6. We're just looking at FanDuel right now as the sharp power default. Again, guys, you want to try OddsJam 1 week for free. Save 35% off your first month after the 1 week trial ends. Use my code Billy35. You'll receive a 1 week free trial and then 35% off your first month. Make sure when you talk to the fine folks at OddsJam, you tell them that Billy said you'll get Platinum 1 week for free. And that's what you will. You'll get it. So Dabble, guys, I would play these three. Now, if you have PrizePicks and Underdog and Dabble, for me, putting Filipowski on 3 different slips, you're increasing your risk a lot. Because if Filipowski goes out and grabs 10 rebounds today, you lose all 3 slips because you need them. You need them to hit the under. So big risk, big reward. Just for those of you that are thinking about this. If you already put them on a PrizePicks and Underdog slip, just be careful if you throw them on a Dabble slip, right? If you can handle that variance, by all means, put them there because it's a pretty good edge. Boz, yeah, we'll take a look, man. We'll definitely take a look at that. We'll take a look for the ATGS. I'm sure. I understand you want to double check it. I'm sure it is. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have to worry about the market with the NHL anytime goal scores. You just set your odds range to this, select NHL, select goals for player goals, and you keep your EV percentage at like 2.5 or 3% or higher. And I'm sure we're going to have the same setup. All right, so that's what's going on with FanDuel right now for Dabble. Honestly, down here for Pick 6, guys, I'll pause here as well. If you want these plays for Pick 6, I mean, you could do worse. They're okay. They're okay. It could be tough. We might have some better options on Pinnacle. I'm not seeing anything for Parlay Play at the moment. Let me bring it down here. There we go. Okay, so I'll kind of pause here for a moment. This is old school Pennsylvania type streams, guys, where I can't share any slips. I can just show you on the screen what to play. And then we're going to head over here to Pinnacle to see what they have. Only 5 results, so not great. Draymond, though. The Draymond play is very good. Dabble or DraftKings Pick 6. And then for my Parlay Play people, I would just rock a 2-pick slip. Tuck and Svechnikov. Both of these plays are really solid. Just play your 2-pick slip on Parlay Play. Because these both have over a 3% edge. And really, really good. Also, guys, if you haven't come to Hermosillo, Mexico, which is on the west side, fantastic food. Every time I'm in Mexico, the food is unbelievable. Anywhere, really. It's insane how good the food are. The beer is fantastic. I've had about 5 different types of beer here. They're amazing. So definitely worth it, guys. Obviously, it helps that, my girlfriend is Mexican, so it helps to have some family to show me around. But absolutely incredible food and drinks here, guys. Cannot recommend it enough. Hermosillo, Mexico, state capital, Sonora. Fantastic. Weather here is perfect. It's about 78 degrees, low humidity. I mean, it's fantastic. Let me catch up. Nathan, does OddsJam allow you to take advantage of the no sweat bet if your first bet doesn't win? So, yeah, Nathan, no doubt about that. So it allows you in terms of the promo converter. So it's a good question, Nathan. So you come over here to the promo converter, right? And again, this is all going to be available with OddsJam. So you come over to FanDuel, and then you just select it, right? Here's the no sweat bet right here. You type in $1,000. And then this will give you, what's your lost bet refunded as. A bonus bet, if it's site credit, select site credit right here, and then just click convert promo. Now, the top play right here, again, you can come over here to the filter section, And you can select the sports books here, Nathan, that you have accounts with. Everyone's going to be different depending on where you live and where you're at. And your options are going to be different because I'm showing Arizona books. Wherever you live, it's going to be slightly different. But select the books that you have accounts with. Maybe you have a BetRivers. Maybe you have a Bet365 and a BetMGM. Click Show Results, right? Honestly, something else I would highly recommend, focus these on just mainline markets. Just mainline markets, okay? And then you can see this is 87%. So you're putting a massive wager over here on BetRivers, and maybe you bet $1,000 over here on FanDuel, and you're good to go. Now, the problem with this, Nathan, and this is truly an issue, when you receive a $1,000 no sweat bet, the problem here is to hedge this correctly, you have to have $6,700 to put down on BetRivers. The problem is, I don't know how many people actually have $6,700 just sitting beside them ready to go. So that's the issue with the no sweat bet in terms of $1,000. Most likely what will happen, again, this is not a guarantee, but Vermont should win the game. Bryant loses. So then you lose roughly, in this transaction, you'll lose $126. But you'll get a massive bonus bet from FanDuel, and then you would just rinse and repeat this cycle again and be able to convert 80 to 85% of that $1,000 into guaranteed cash. So you would make, let's say, $800 in profit, lose this $126. You'd make about $600 in change. And I might have moved a little fast there. Let me know if I did. But that's the biggest issue when you have risk-free bets of like $500 or $1,000. Like, you got to put up a lot of money on one side. So that's really the problem there. So Nathan, I would just suggest a couple things, like either take the FanDuel no sweat bet, but maybe only bet this for like, $250, okay? But again, you still have to put up like $1,680. Or you would go find it's hard to find an ARB, right? But really that's how I would do it. Or maybe you could find a low holds, right? A low holds, maybe you won't have to put up as much money. This is the one thing, guys, that doesn't really get talked about a lot, but the execution is very difficult. So you go to FanDuel here, like this money line play. If you had $1,000 over here on FanDuel and you put it on the Leafs on the money line, this is going to be a loss because you're not actually going to get this money paid back. You're hoping that the Lightning win. But if Toronto wins, you're in trouble. So honestly, I would either lower this amount of money on FanDuel or, possibly, and lower this amount of money on FanDuel and bet whatever you can hedge out of, or place a positive EV bet. But, if you're not comfortable betting $1,000, then I just put down whatever you're comfortable betting. It's definitely a problem. I won't lie to you there. All right, let's move on. Let me go to the sharp. Whoa, hold up. Okay, for my parlay play people, I know there's not a lot of you out there. You have some nice options right here. But it's a very good question, Nathan, because the execution, $25, $50, $100 in a bonus bet, you can convert that. You get to like $250 and above, and it starts to become difficult to execute. No doubt, Nathan. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend here and sit back and be like, oh, dude, you don't have $6,000? Like, no, dude. $6,000, like who has $6,000 just sitting there in your bank account, just like waiting, ready to go, right? So that's the problem, right? That's definitely the problem there. Dan, what's going on, man? How are you, brother? Donovan, what method do you use on my bookie for withdrawal? Donovan, when it comes to any offshore sports books, it's just crypto. I'm very comfortable with crypto. Before sports betting, I used to just invest just a little bit in crypto. I also come from a finance background before, worked in treasury for about 6 or 7 years. So, I'm comfortable with some of the financial markets and just how to kind of execute some moves when it comes to money. All right, but it's a good question. But crypto's pretty quick. It's usually within 10 to 30 minutes you get your money with crypto. The biggest thing that you just have to be careful with crypto, whatever wallet address that you input, I always do the copy and paste, double, triple check that wallet address that you're sending the money to make sure that it's correct. Because if you're off by one numeric or one alpha, one letter, that money's going somewhere else. So as long as you double, triple check, that's no problem. And I've never had an issue. I just use the little copy button. I paste it in there. I double check it. And then I always get my money. I've been moving money around with crypto with offshore books for about 4 years now. So as long as you double check it, you're fine. But there's a lot of Google. I haven't made a video on crypto or how to deposit in the offshore books. YouTube really frowns on that kind of content. That's why I haven't made it. But if you go on Google, you can find a lot of just introduction, basic tutorials on how to move that money. Yeah, Nathan. Yeah, unfortunately there isn't. No, you were probably on the right track in terms of thinking. It's an issue. It's once we get to that high amount. So and also Nathan, here's the other thing that I'll say. Like 3-4 years ago, I would have told you, hey, listen, maybe save that money up and get it to where you can optimally hedge it. The books nowadays know, they really look at how you execute your first initial bet on the book to try to determine. Usually within the first 3 bets, guys, a sports book can figure out if you're a sharp bettor, if you know what you're doing, or if you're a casual. So one of the best things that you can do is like just play that initial bet however you want. Bet your opinion. There's another way that you can do this, Nathan, and I'm gonna show you here in just a second, because this is also important just for anyone that's kind of new right now into sports betting. Let's say today, going back to that Toronto game, right? Maybe you want to bet Tampa Bay on the money line, okay? And you put $100 on it, right? You know, if you lose, you get your $100 back. Now, it's always a little more advantageous to put that first bet on an underdog, but the sports books know this. So maybe you put together like a 2-leg parlay. You just bet your opinion, and then you lose, right? Well, if you lose it, what you can do is you can come over to the low holds page. And the low holds page would say, listen, you're like, hey, I got this $100 bet. Or I'm sorry, you can go to the promo converter too. Apologies. You got a $100 bet, and you know what? You're going to be able to convert 90% of this $100 over here, right? So you place the initial bet on FanDuel, it loses. So you get that $100 bonus bet back. If you don't want to risk that $100, you could find a spot where maybe you could bet $700 or $600. You could hedge this out, and you're really losing $9, okay? So let me just pause here for a second because I'm moving fast. You log on to FanDuel, you place your first 2 bets over on whatever, 2-leg parlay. It loses. You get your bonus bet back. You come to the promo converter, and you now convert that $100 bonus bet, and you bet your $100 on Bryant. You bet $700 on Bet Rivers, and you're going to lose about $9.09. So essentially, it cost you $9.09 to put together that 2-leg parlay. That's what you're really risking, if that makes sense. So you can find some spots here. Obviously, the lower you scroll, the lower the percentage, the less money you're going to make. But you can find some spots where maybe you don't have to put up as much money, like over here on the Timberwolves and the Magic, and you're really risking about $21 then on that first initial bet, because then you're just going to convert that second promo into guaranteed cash. Most people don't like to do this, but that is an option. That is an option. Do you think it would be more than one bonus bet for 1,000 or just one? Let me tee up some plays here on the sharp money tool, and then could you kind of clarify? Could you kind of let me know a little bit more what you're thinking there, Nathan, in terms of Israel on the money line? Oh, guys, this is a very plus EV play if you want Israel. I know they're playing Venezuela today, but if they win this ball game, very long shot play. Do you think it would be more than one bonus bet for 1,000 or just one? Something else, Nathan, that you can do here. There's something else that you can do that doesn't get talked about that much. If you sign up for FanDuel and you receive a $1,000 bonus bet, and then you sign up for, let's say, BetMGM, and you get a $1,500 bonus bet, what you can do is you could put your first 2 bets on MGM and FanDuel. Go to the arbitrage tool. Find an arb between MGM and FanDuel. Place both of your initial bets at roughly that price. Figure out like the arb and arb them together. Now you're going to lose one of your bonus bets, But then you're going to have a guaranteed bonus bet while also making money on an ARB, and it's going to be really good money. So we'll break that down here in just a second. But what you can do is if you sign up for more than one book, you can take both initial offers, ARB them together. You're going to lose one bonus bet, you'll gain the other one, and then you'll have a true bonus bet that you can do whatever you want with. That's another way to do it. No, Nathan. So that's a good question. So DraftKings will chop up their $250 bonus bets into $25. I'm fairly certain that FanDuel still gives you one big $1,000 bonus bet. Bet365, they'll let you choose whatever amount that you want to bet, and they'll let you place multiple bets up to whatever, $250. DraftKings chops them up into $25. Every sportsbook's a little different. FanDuel might get, I haven't used the FanDuel one in like 5 years, so I don't know. They might give you one lump sum, but if they give you a bunch of smaller bets, then it's a lot easier. But I'm not quite sure. If anyone in the chat can answer that, I'm not sure. It's all bonus. Thanks, Irish. Appreciate that. But like with Bet365, it's really good. Bet365 will give you like $250, and then you can just type in how much you want to put. Like maybe you only want to bet $50, okay? And then they're like, hey, you still got $200 left over. That's where Bet365 is really nice in the beginning. Like Fanatics will give you like maybe $1,000, but they'll just give you $100 every day. Honestly, the books that give you lower bonus amounts, they're easier to churn through. The big bonuses are really hard to. Kyle Connor, guys, someone's put up $11,000. I'm going to go over to Props Builder. I'm going to bet this on Props Builder right now over at BetDSI. BetDSI. So I'm going to take this Kyle Connor over 3.5 shots. Canucks and the Jets. Somebody wants this at plus 127 odds, guys, which is insane. We can get this at plus 130. Never mind. I can only get it at plus 114. Plus 114 is not nearly as good. That's kind of crappy. So I'm not going to be able to get that. And Bovada is not available. At least I tried to sign up for Bovada down here. Wasn't able to sign up for Bovada as my location. They don't allow me to use it here in this location. So Bovada kind of sucks down here in Mexico. At least this part of Mexico on the north side. DraftKings, Fanatics, Hard Rock, the score. This play on Kyle Connor is still really good. What else do we got? Rasmus Dahlin, who got absolutely tomahawk chopped by Malkin a couple days ago. Gotta say, on Thursday, got into Mexico. We went to the restaurant with the family. As soon as we walked into the restaurant, they had the Penguin hockey game on TV. I was like, ho-ho! Viva la Mexico! Love Mexico, man. They had the Penguin game on. I was absolutely thrilled. It was a blast. All right, we'll have to come down here and see what they got that up. No, I understand. Listen, I mean, I understand when you first start this out, you want to do this correctly, right? You want to extract as much money as you can. So I get it. A lot of other people here, Nathan, that will be able to provide you. Irish, Dan, a lot of other people. If Ken's in here, Wilbo, all guys here have had a lot of bonus bets before, and they can kind of tell you what's up. No doubt. Bo Horvat, okay, over 3.5 DraftKings, Hard Rock, the score. No doubt. Very, very good over there. Okay. Yeah, looking solid there. And then Jordan Eberle. So, guys, this is crazy, okay? So, like so again, if you're new to the Sharp Money Tool, here's why I'm so jealous of everyone in America right now. There's $250 that Pinnacle takes. That's the max wager size that Pinnacle takes on whether it's Eberle or Horvat. That's the max. Someone's put $9,400 up on ProfitX. So clearly this individual, I mean, like if you have a bankroll that's, $1 million, $500,000, hell, even if it's only 50K, you can't, $250 is nothing. If you have a model that tells you that you have a really solid edge, that you can beat these books, that's nothing, $250. So you go over to ProfitX because you can put up whatever you want. So this is a serious signal right here. Bet Horvat over 3.5. Like with Eberle, $9,400. This person wants this play at plus 137 odds. Okay. You can get this at plus 139 at Pinnacle, DraftKings, the score. They're offering minus 137, guys, on this under 1.5. On this right, they're offering, excuse me for a second. Yeah, they want the over. They want the under. So they're offering plus 130, whatever, minus 137 on the over. You can see on this over, guys, no one has minus 137. This is the best price that is being offered over here on this Profit X play. This is insane. This is an insane price. If you were DVigging NHL shots on goal to Pinnacle, this play would pop up as positive EV for you to bet the over. But what most people don't understand and why the sharp money tool is so powerful, they don't understand that there's almost $10,000 on this player prop. I myself personally would bet the under. No doubt about it. Can I get this on Props Builder? Ooh, I would love to if I could. We're looking at what? Senators and the Kraken. No, I can get it at plus 120. Dude, Props Builder is moving, and this is another good sign, guys. You see the little Props Builder logo right here, plus 139? They're now at plus 120. So they've moved. They're in agreement with this person on the sharp money tool that it's actually, they're offering too good of odds on that under. So this is another signal from the sharp money tool, like NHL player prop shots, dude. This is where it's at with the sharp money tool. Nets on the money line, Caesars. Looks good. Looks good today at 4 o'clock. Bunch of people wanted at plus 582, plus 571. Now again, maybe put a quarter of a unit, half a unit most. And we're talking about plus 700 odds here. So this is a big long shot. Oh my God. DraftKings predictions. It appears. DraftKings predictions on the Nets plus 669. For those of you that live in a state that has DraftKings predictions, little sprinkle there. I like that. Nice little sprinkle. All right, what else do I have anything that I can bet on today? Ooh. I can get this over here on BetDSI. I'll take some. I'll take a little. Put like $25 on this play. At plus 625. Not as good as plus 700, but I'll take it. Where's the game at? That's the problem. I don't see it on BetDSI. No Nets, no Pistons. They must have pulled it. Because it's not there. Okay. Let's head over to the positive EV page, guys, and we're going to take a look at some NHL anytime goal scores. Let's keep it moving. Player goals. I'm not going to be able to bet on anything, but if I was, there you go, boss. Braden Point, top play. We've been seeing a massive shift post-Olympic break. Bet365 has been just showing so much value on NHL goals. Anything above plus 151 odds, guys, is okay. Slight little edge here on Circa for my Circa people. It's not great, but it's okay. Hard Rock, same. But really, this is Bet365. Gosh. Dan, we're going to take a look at some UFC bets for sure. I don't have anything really teed up and ready to go. There you go. So, guys, what we're already seeing from what Boz and from what Irish said, the Nets odds got lowered. The Nets game was pulled from Caesars. So, the sharp money tool, this is now like our third example on this stream thus far where there's solid value, good closing line value. The instincts on the sharp money tool are very solid, very, very good. So I would bet Braden Point. I would bet Ricard Raquel, and I would bet Tage Thompson. He's been really good for us the past week or so. The Macklin Celebrini play, the Suzuki play, Philippe, anything really down here below. Celebrini and Suzuki, okay. Honestly, in this example, I'd probably put a Celebrini, Suzuki, Tuck, round robin going together. I wouldn't bet these plays down here, guys. They're just too low, but a round robin with Tuck and Suzuki and Celebrini, okay, that's fine. But these first three plays would be auto bets for me. No doubt about it. And again, the edge between Braden Point and Tage Thompson, it's significant. So you don't want to bet these all the same, guys. You definitely want to put more of your money on Braden Point. Why do we put less money on Rickard Rakell than on Tage Thompson, but the bet recommendation size is higher? Because it all comes down to the probability. This is a 31% chance on Rickard Rakell. Tage Thompson's 45.5%. That's the fair win probability. Plus 125 for Tage Thompson, plus 230 for Rakell. So even though Rakell has a higher edge, it's less of a chance it's going to hit. So we want some exposure to it, but we don't want too much. But those are the plays. Not bad, not bad. I'll be back in America on Tuesday, guys, and Tuesday's going to be a massive day when it comes to NBA, NHL. It's going to be really, really good. All right, let's take a look at some UFC. I passed it up already. Let's get rid of this. All right, 12 results. UFC, minus 200, plus 130 odds range. Main markets, that's all I mess with. And if you're finding value in the content, guys, make sure to smash that subscribe button. As we're near, I think we're close to 8,500. I don't know if we got there yet, but we're close. But appreciate you guys hanging out, tuning in. Michael Johnson on the money line on Caesars. Go bet this. Bet Online is my sharp book when it comes to UFC. Why? Because they take more money than any of the other sharp books on UFC. The only play that I'm like, I would bet, but I wouldn't be as confident in is Cody Durden plus 3.5. Point spreads, guys, the sharp books don't take as much money as the total rounds or the money lines. So over here on Bet Online, if I go to UFC, and so if I'm looking at this Michael Johnson, Drew Dober play, I really want to watch these fights tonight. This would be really good. Hopefully I can pay for it down here in Mexico. It's going to be a really good card. I'm on that. Wait a minute. Let me go. Sorry. Clicked on the wrong ones. All right. So Michael Johnson, to give you guys an idea, Bet Online on Michael Johnson, they're taking $30,000 money line on Michael Johnson. Okay. BetOnline's taking $30,000 on this play. Pinnacle's taking $10,000. So BetOnline is taking 3 times the amount of money on this play compared to Pinnacle. If I was to go over to Bookmaker and look at this Michael Johnson play, okay, so Pinnacle's taking $10K. Bookmaker, BetOnline's taking $30K. Bookmaker, guys, Bookmaker is only taking $2,500. Bookmaker's taking $2,500. Pinnacle's taking $10K. BetOnline's taking $30K. That's a massive difference between Bookmaker and BetOnline. One book's at $30K, one's at $2,500. Okay? So in terms of sharp books, BetOnline is head and shoulders above these other 2 books with their liquidity. So that's why I use them as my sharp. Now, on the Cody Durden play, when it comes to point spreads in general, when I open this play up for Cody Durden, I'm over here on my other monitor because I brought a second monitor with me. I'm just going to look at this point spread. BetOnline is only taking $700 on Cody Durden. Okay, so Cody Durden plus 3.5, $700. That's the max that they'll accept from me. So when you open up this play, it has an edge, but like it's not as much as the Michael Johnson play. So put more money on this Michael Johnson play than Cody Durden. Even though the edge is higher on Durden, there's a massive difference in liquidity that BetOnline is taking on the money line play compared to the point spread play. Liquidity runs the world, guys. The more money a sportsbook takes, the more confidence that they have in their projections. That's a really big deal here when you're looking at this play. So back in the day, old Billy C was looking at this. I had no idea about liquidity. I didn't know. I was just, okay, I guess I'll bet more on Durden than Johnson. Nowadays, no way, Jose. more money on Michael Johnson than Cody Durden. No doubt. I would flip-flop these bet amounts. Put $50 on Durden and $140 on Michael Johnson. If I was betting right now. Holloway, this is the fight, guys. This is the big fight. Hard Rock, Bet Rivers, Bally Bet, really, really good. Really good here, plus 130 odds. Let me see what BetOnline's taking on this, because I'm just curious. Okay, so the under 2.5, BetOnline is currently taking $5,000. This is very similar, guys, when it comes to college basketball, NBA, NFL. The books will take more money on money lines and point spread, money lines for UFC, not so much for point spreads. So I just like to keep it a buck. I don't know. I just like to let you guys know kind of what's up. So BetOnline's taking $5,000. Okay, $5,000 on Holloway and Oliveira. Pinnacle's taking $5K. Bookmakers taking $5K. So all of the sharp books are taking $5,000 on this over-under. And you have agreement from all these books. It's roughly a plus 106.5 odds range. Getting plus 130 is incredible. God, I'd love to be able to get this anywhere else, but I can't. I got access to bet anything out here, but I can't. Those odds aren't worth it. So there we go. Down here below, anything else? Okay. I mean, if you want to take the money line on this at Bet Openly, guys, go bet this, $22. Same with Montez and Ricky Tercios. I would bet that, because there's only $16, 22 bucks. If you have some kind of DraftKings boost, guys, take Rodriguez, take Durden on a point spread, and maybe take Tercios on the point spread. That would be your 3-pick parlay if you could put a boost on that at all. All right. Let's take a look at some NBA player props, and then we'll spend some time with college basketball and the World Baseball Classic. Let's go to some player props here. So let's use a little combo of FanDuel and Pinnacle. Custom EV Formula Builder, guys, has definitely been my go-to. Recently, I've been using it over the last couple of weeks a ton, especially when it comes to player props. So we're going to use 50-50 split between FanDuel and Pinnacle as the sharp, and we are going to use a 100% agreement. We need agreement between FanDuel and Pinnacle on their recommendations. Anthony Edwards, no vig, Bet Openly. It's a lower edge, guys, but again, we have agreement between Pinnacle and FanDuel that it should be almost a 1% edge. Rudy Gobert, over on rebounds. Jaden McDaniels, DraftKings, under on points. Looks really good. Got some good plays here. Also, the only thing that Mexico doesn't have that's that great, the energy drink game down here, not great. So all my energy drinks I had to bring from America down here to Mexico. They don't have a ton of options when it comes to the energy drinks. All right, so Jaden McDaniels under on points. Quentin Grimes. Here we go. Michael Porter Jr. just popped up on no vig. $173. Go bet that. And so with this, since I'm getting agreement from Pinnacle and FanDuel, I'm willing to take a lower edge. Meaning I'll take the plays that are 1/2 percentage. Why? Because you're getting agreement from two books. You know, my analogy I love to use, you ever want to go out with your friends to go to a bar or go get something to eat, and you ask them where they want to go and you get like 5 different opinions? If you can ever get like 3 people out of the 5 to all agree on the same place, that's where you're going. So this is a big deal. When you can combine multiple books and you get agreement with them on plays, go after the lower edge plays down here. Go after these plays down here. Take Julius Randle over on rebounds. Take Filipowski. I'm fine taking Anthony Edwards. Anything I would say that's at about 1/2 to 3/4 of 1% or higher, I'm willing to take. Because we're getting agreement here. Edwards under on points. I know no one likes to bet the under on Ant because he could literally go off for 40 at any point, but I don't mind it. Gobert over on rebounds. Bovada, Keontae, over on his PRA. Like it. No vig. Okay. So these would be the plays. Instead of just D-vigging the FanDuel or just D-vigging the Pinnacle, when you can bring these two together and find plays with an edge, gets me really excited. I have more confidence in these plays. And again, guys, with this custom EV formula, you can choose whatever books you want. Just come down here to select books. Maybe you think, if we reset the formula, maybe you think DraftKings, FanDuel, and Caesars are all really sharp, right? When it comes to this. So we say, maybe I can just start this over again. Apologies. So you say, hey, I just want to look at some maybe NBA player props, right? And you're like, you know what? I think that FanDuel, DraftKings, and Caesars are all really sharp. Come down here, click Add Books, and then just take a 1 across the board. Get a collective blend. And then maybe you just need 2 of the books to agree with one another. Or you want all 3 books to agree with one another. You can choose whatever combinations you want for whatever markets, whatever sports. The world is your oyster with this tool. So you can see DraftKings, FanDuel, and Caesars agree. Naz Reid, over on his points on Fanatics, has almost a 3% edge. So this is where you can take some different projections and grab them. You have full customization here with the Platinum plan, whatever you prefer. So let's jump into some college basketball spreads. Let's take a look at that. Let's go to my save filters. Let's take a look at college basketball. And again, with this, I like to use Circa and Bookmaker. And let's just see what they agree on. We're just looking at college basketball spreads right now. And then we'll see if maybe we can find some live betting opportunities as well. Okay. Oh, go bet this on Bet Openly, guys. I don't have any money in Jazz. That would be another book that I would be able to use. And they've been popping up a lot. Ooh, California. I'm interested. Where are you, California? +5. Okay, let me see what Bookmaker's taking on this play. They're taking on Wake Forest, ACC basketball. I could get in with that. So I'll check that out. Cal +5. All right, let's take a look at that. Also, I want to ask you guys. Got to know. Want to know who you got tonight in the fight? You got Oliveira or you got Holloway? Who do you think's going to win tonight? Let me know. Because I'm excited to watch it tonight for sure. Yeah, so I mean, another reason, guys, this is why I lean on Bookmaker. Pinnacle's taking $3,000 on this play. California +5. Guess what? Bookmaker's taking $11,300. So Pinnacle's at $3K. Bookmaker's at $11 grand. So I'm going to go over to Bet 105. I'm going to grab me some Cal +5. I like it. Finally get a bet in today. It's about time. -101. They're telling me to bet $15. I'm going to bet a little bit more than that. I'm going to go up to 75 on this. All right, we're in. Get my first bet in today. $75 Cal +5. Southern Utah, possibly for me. Possibly. A lot of Profit X plays here. Now, guys, we get down to this spot down here. I'm not interested really in these lower edge plays, right? Like I took this one that just had over a half percentage. Southern Utah is in maybe consideration for me. But these would be the plays for college basketball point spreads. I know there's a lot of games going on right now, which we're going to take a look at here in a bit. But that's where I would go. Now, if I wanted to expand this operation and take this, and I'll also take first half total points. This is something that I've been enjoying recently. We don't want any football. And let's go to the DV. Honestly, something I've been really enjoying. Using Pinnacle a little bit more. using Pinnacle a bit more. But there's a few things we could do here, guys. Number one, we could go to all 4 books. I like to do a 50% where any 2 books that pair up together, guys, we go after. Kansas State, Kansas, the over on ProfitX. There's only 89 bucks. I would definitely go bet that. First half points with Presbyterian and Winthrop. Okay. Again, Jazz Sports, play at your own risk on that offshore book, guys. They haven't done me dirty, but talking to some other people, they haven't had a great experience over there. So just be careful with Jazz. Canby, Hard Rock, Mississippi State, plus 4.5. Even if you only have Bet Rivers, go bet this play. They're taking on Georgia. I don't mind that. I don't mind that with Bet Online, even though it's Pinnacle. I'm okay with it. Still okay with it. I'll kind of pause here for a second. There's some nice plays here. Northeastern Drexel, I would bet. Again, if I had ProfitX and no vig, if I was in Pennsylvania right now, I would be placing a ton of bets on these games. A ton. There's a lot out there. MP, what's going on, brother? I'm doing well. Hopefully you are too. Hopefully you are too. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This is actually my first ever international stream. Not in America. So, nice. Nice to get the first international one out of the way. Texas, minus 7.5. Circa and Pinnacle agree there. I'm cool with it. Tennessee money line. On Polymarket for anyone. I probably could use, wow, I just thought of that right now. I probably could use Polymarket because I'm not in America. I don't know if Polymarket is available in Mexico. I have to take a look. That could be a nice option for me. Bradley, first half money line. Bet365, Sports Zeno. Pretty much, I would, Middle Tennessee first half money line. I love taking first half money lines on FanDuel. Lower edge, but 3 different books agree. Bookmakers, Circa, and Pinnacle all agree this has an edge. So I like that Middle Tennessee first half money line play. I definitely like that. 75% of you voted so far are on Holloway winning tonight. I'm super excited. Furman, first half money line. Now remember, guys, Furman and Samford, smaller schools compared to Georgia and Mississippi State. Difference, but I would still take this over here on FanDuel. This has been one of the sneakier markets I like to attack FanDuel on. First half money lines. College hoops. No doubt. No doubt. And guys, next week, buckle the fuck up. I'm telling you. All the major Power 5 conference tournaments are going to be going on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be the best. Nothing better than afternoon basketball all day long. The madness is starting to crank up a bit. What else do we got here? Top plays. Presbyterian Winthrop, not going to lie, that's a decent amount of liquidity for a first half because Pinnacle's only taking $500. So if you want to stay away from this play, I understand because that is a lot of money. Take that as you wish. But if you guys, anyone that does have Jazz, take a look at this. Outside of Jazz, yeah, no one's offering plus odds. This is an ARB to bookmaker. So really good. Even though bookmaker has the same odds as Fanatics, I still trust them there on that. Okay. Now something else that I like to utilize is just Pinnacle. What's Pinnacle got? If we go just Pinnacle, because I really like to go after, whoops, my bad. Just do it that way. There we go. Anything for Billy Boy out here, down here in Mexico. Bookmaker on the under here, Presbyterian and Winthrop. I got to see what they're taking, because $500 is not a lot of money. It's just not a lot. The under 146. Ooh, I do like the first half. That Western Carolina Mercer play. Under 146. Yeah, they're taking 169 bucks. Small amount of money here. Small amount. Okay. I am more interested though in this first half with Western Carolina and Mercer to bet this over on Bookmaker. I have been starting to attack Bookmaker guys on this vacation on first half totals. DVigging to Pinnacle. No doubt about it. The over 72.5. I don't like that liquidity difference between the two. I don't like that. I might stay away from that one. I normally have been. Okay. I'll come back to that one a little later to see what I want to do with it. Cincinnati first half money line. DraftKings, bet 365. I like that. It's a lower edge play just to Pinnacle, but I'm still okay with it. I'm okay with that. All right, let's take a look at some World Baseball Classic. The first thing I want to do is, let me open this up. They do have it, guys. I just don't know where it is. So like Great Britain, USA. So all I want to look here is to see, do they have the home runs? Player home runs. Yeah, so that's another reason basically why you're not seeing it. So here's what I would do, Irish. Here's what I would do. We know, or at least I can tell you guys, that FanDuel is really easy to beat on player home runs. Okay? They were one of my top books last year to attack. So what I would do here is I would actually come over to the DVig settings. I would go to Odds Jam, and let's go to additive. Let's clear this out, and then I just want to go to, let's just click on baseball. And let's go player props for today. Nothing? Really? Yeah, they got the World Baseball Classic. They're not showing anything. So to be honest, Irish, or to anyone out there that's looking to bet player props for home runs, this is a tough one. Pinnacle's not showing odds. So when I'm looking at player home runs over here, you know, you're basically looking for some outliers. Like Kyle Schwarber isn't an outlier. Where would be an outlier? Bobby Witt, not really. Aaron Judge, kind of. If you guys, here's how I would use this. If you have any boosts from FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars to bet on a player to hit a home run today, I would slap it on, you know, if you got a FanDuel boost, throw this on Judge or Bobby Witt. If it's Caesars, throw it on Alex Bregman. Or, you know, if you want someone else, like a Cal Raleigh. Schwarber. Outside of that, though, I really don't know how to attack this because it's an outlier, but it's not great. Now, if all the regular rec books were at like plus 105 and we're getting plus 145, I would go bet that on FanDuel. But it's a little difficult. I won't lie. It's a little difficult to attack it when it comes just to those markets. Let's select all. And let me see if we devig to Pinnacle. Do we get anything? Yeah, we do. We do. All right, World Baseball Classic here, guys. USA, Great Britain, under 15.5 total runs. Basically, you're making a bet on, is Great Britain going to score, I don't know, over under 1.5, 2.5 runs? And how many runs is America going to score here? But Caesars, I like this. You know, we had phenomenal success, guys, betting on hockey during the Olympics. Women's and men's. I may only place maybe 10 to 12 bets. We had a great ROI for hockey. For the World Baseball Classic, this could be something else that we could attack. Betting on USA over on the Canby, minus 9.5. Under 15.5. Looks really good. No vig. Does Puerto Rico play minus 4.5 on the run line against Panama? I like that. Now, here on Venezuela, a little different story. Because Pinnacle's only taking $2,000 on this play. And someone's posted almost 5K on this. So this would be a play on no vig. I don't know how much I really like that. I don't. If you're looking at this from the opposite perspective, guys, then go bet this on Caesars, right? Because this person has $4,800 now. They want Israel at plus 100 odds for almost 5K. Well, you can get that over at Caesars. I mean, you could actually probably get it close, you know, all the sharp books. But maybe go bet this on Caesars or just don't touch it. Right, like Panama, Puerto Rico, $4,600 when Pinnacle's only taking $2K. This person wants minus 104 odds on that under. Well, then maybe go over to BetMGM and bet this at minus 110. You're not that far off on price. Or go over to ProfitX or go over to Kalshi and create your own pricing. If you want to bet USA on the money line, it's minus 4,000. Again, I have no odds parameters set up for this, but that could be something. That could definitely be something. Good to hear that, Irish. Yeah. Caesars in general, not just for the World Baseball Classic, but for MLB in general, guys, and for live betting, spend more of your time with Caesars. That's all I'll say. But I think using these tools and spending your time with Caesars, if you have Caesars available to you, you're going to have a very, very good time. That's been my experience over the last year or so. Okay. Last but not least, to bring this baby home, I got the sportsbook screens teed up. Money lines, spreads, totals. We got some college basketball going on. Arkansas, Missouri's in OT. We got some games going on in the second half. There's a lot happening. A lot happening. So, let me set the stage. Let's get this ready to rock and roll. Because Pinnacle does not have odds for these lower tier. I can't believe they don't have Arkansas. Right? But they don't have LaSalle and St. Joe's. They don't have odds for New Hampshire, UMBC. This is where you want to focus on FanDuel. You want to use FanDuel a little bit more as your sharp book. Okay? So there's really two different setups that you can use. We'll start with FanDuel. I'll use worst case. Come over here. Use basketball. I could try the custom EV formula. That's something else that I didn't think. We've tried before. We'll see if this works. College hoops, main markets for today, and we're going to use Pinnacle. We're going to use FanDuel. 50-50 split. So 50%, guys. Set it up 50% because remember, Pinnacle doesn't have odds for all these college basketball games, but FanDuel does. So if you see agreement with FanDuel, then you're good to go. We want worst case. I want a minimum percentage of, let's say, 3%. And let's go a minus 150 to a plus 130. Sports books, I'll select them all. And we'll see what we get. What do we get? I'm waiting for this bar down here to load. If nothing loads, we got nothing. Here we go. Jazz. All right, a lot of Jazz sports book. And also, if you're just interested in trying to figure out which offshore book offers the best opportunities for live, this would be something you want to take a look at. Ballybet, New Mexico, Utah State. Hit this up on Bet Rivers too, guys. Any Canby sportsbook that shows Ballybet, hit it up. We could also take a look at, sorry, this is pregame. Let's look at live. My bad. It's totally off. What do we got? Okay. Things are going to move very quickly here with live, guys. Obviously, these games are live. So if I want to set this up and just go to stoppage, you could do this as well. Games that are in stoppage, it's not going to say stoppage here, but just knowing that we have that checked off, we could do that. Okay? So I'll leave this up for live for any of you. Again, it's going to move really quickly, but we'll just kind of chill here. Bet 105, Connecticut, plus 131. Bet online with Dartmouth, plus 140. No, it just moved. Just moved. The problem, though, that I have, guys, with the custom EV formula builder is that these plays don't really refresh, right? Because now they do, and you don't really know this. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of maybe using the custom EV formula. So if you guys have some patience with me, I'll set this back up to make it a little easier where maybe we just look at FanDuel, worst case right now for all this. And obviously setting up a filter would be helpful. Let's look at 3%. And then same, minus 150, plus 125. In-game status, let's just go with stoppage right now to make it a little easier. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Got some plays with Rebet, Hard Rock. These are going to show up a lot. The score. All these plays are in stoppage, guys, so try to hit these as best you can. I'm going to be on the lookout for the offshore books to see if I can get anything down. And so I'm just going to take a look at this. Let's go here. Let's go to live. And I'm really just looking at Bet 105, Bookmaker, and Bet Online, guys. Those are the books that I'm focused on for live. That's all that really matters to me. And there might be too much clutter here. We got SMU -1.5. It's early. I normally like to wait until a little bit later. Okay. But these are some of the books that keep popping up, at least out in Arizona. Rebet, Hard Rock, Sports Zeno, The Score, and DraftKings right now, which is nice to see. Marquette? Wow. Marquette out in the lead right now on UConn. Didn't realize that. SMU on DraftKings, guys, -1.5. Looks good. Okay. Obviously, I have all the books teed up right now for those of you that are just, depends on where you're at. Under 141. Where was the bookmaker play at? Ooh. Need some bookmaker. So that's what I'm probably going to do here, guys, for the next couple of minutes. Everything's in stoppage right now. A lot of value on the score. Just pulling this up really for you guys because obviously I only have a couple books available to me. I'll do some live betting afterwards. Check live betting out also, guys, for the World Baseball Classic. Don't be afraid to mix it up with a little live betting on the World Baseball Classic as well. So, but appreciate everyone here hanging out with me. We're just over an hour. 88% of you believe that Holloway is going to win this fight. Okay. Appreciate everyone who voted. So I'm just going to let this run, guys, for about another 30 seconds. Tomorrow, looking to stream at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Don't forget, guys, I think is it tonight? Clocks change. I can't remember if it's tonight or like tomorrow night. I can't remember. But yeah, we got clocks changing. So for my people in Arizona, we're back on Pacific time. No more Mountain time, which kind of stinks. I do enjoy Mountain time. Otherwise, guys, have a fantastic Saturday. Enjoy all the action. So much going on today. And if nothing else, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.